Welcome. My name is Carter Maxey, and I'm the Director Instructor of Maxey's Real Estate School. And this first video module we're going to address is the general information, the information package that you received when you first started the class should have a title of Provisional Online Class Information, and we'll get started. So the first thing you want to look at is the general information portion. My primary focus of this class is to help you pass the exam. It gives you the basics to prepare for a career in the real estate industry. It's essentially the Cliff's Notes version of what you need to pass the state exam. Next, this is an accelerated distance learning class that utilizes textbook. We use the PSI Review Exam book that you received, pre-recorded lectures that you're viewing now, and some correspondence. This is the exact same material I've been teaching in my live classrooms for many years. There's no difference in the quantity or content of the material. The next is most virtual classroom modules cover one chapter, and they last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Skip that next bullet point, go to feel free to ask questions. You can email me anytime. My email address is there. It's important to know that there's little room for conjecture or what-ifs. This is pretty much the data that you need, the information you need to study for and pass the Oklahoma Real Estate Exam. Next, I suggest you answer, after we complete each module, I suggest you answer the odd-numbered questions in the diagnostic test immediately after the lecture. So when you complete the lecture, it's probably best to go ahead and answer those. Then at a later date, come back and answer the even-numbered questions after you've completed all of the modules. I do this for a couple different reasons. First, it serves as a primary learning objective by testing your knowledge immediately after the class, and then again, after you've finished all the material, you can come back and see how well you've done. If you don't do so well, then go back and repeat the process as many times as you need in order to be comfortable to take my final exam. Next and last there at that first section, review the website. It has a lot of information about timing, study tools, requirements that you must have prior to mailing your application. You have to have an application signed by me and pass my exam prior to sitting for the state licensing exam. Again, if you have any questions on any of this material, please email me or call me. My information is all there on the website. Next section there, students must first do a quick review of the anticipated chapter prior to the video. What I do is I narrow it down and define the material. So what that does is allows you to at least get familiar with the material first, and then when we go through the video lectures, then it reinforces that information. Now, I will tell you, whenever you get to a point where it has a multiple enumerated sections in the text, don't go over that. Just go over that quickly, briefly, because I'll come back to that at a later time. So I want you to wait for my lectures, and then I'll go through those to give you the information that you need out of all those enumerated sections. After each video module, complete the matching quiz. It's there at the end of each module, actually at the end of each chapter. And then after that, once you complete the reviews, the video modules, thoroughly study the questions at the back of the book, then you can take my final exam. You must get a 75% or better on my final exam, or you will not be able to sit for the state exam. So you have to pass that first. I will sign it. You just either mail it to me or deliver it to my office. I will grade it, sign your application, and then you're off and running and ready to take the state exam. I can usually get those graded and back to you within 24 hours after you drop it off or mail it to me. So it's pretty much 5 o'clock the next business day. I'll be able to get it back to you. Okay, last section there. When can I take the final exam? You must make an appointment. If you're in the Tulsa metropolitan area, you can take your exam at PSI. There's an address and information right there on this document. If you're outside that area, you might contact PSI through the 1-800 number to find out the location nearest you. But you have to make an appointment. The process is you turn your applications into the Oklahoma Real Estate Commission. They process the paperwork. It might take as much as a couple weeks. There's a background check that you have to go through. So what I recommend is that you get that started the first couple weeks into class, or however long you anticipate it might take you to finish the modules. Go ahead and get that paperwork started. Then you can send it down to the Real Estate Commission and get that processed immediately. And when it comes back, what they will do is they'll notify PSI. PSI will have your name there, and you can go ahead and make an appointment and sit for your state licensing exam. So with that, that concludes the general information portion of your video series.